Hey, yeah, guess who? You got it. It's the angry bald guy. Revenge, return, whatever you want to call it. And people have said to me, hey, angry bald guy, you're not really that angry. Well, you're right. I don't need to be screaming and yelling. It's more of a subtle, sarcastic, irritated, casually pissed off bald guy. Anyways, these days what's pissing me off is bad drivers. You and I have both seen them. They're everywhere. You're in a smaller town like myself, and people just don't seem to realize, hey, dude, guess what? There's a turn signal on your car. It's not everyone in town knows where you're going. Try and use that baby when you change lanes or when you're slowing down randomly, and I don't know where the hell you're going. Oh, you're turning here. You might want to use that bad boy because I didn't know you were turning here. Also, the rules of the road basically say anyone who goes faster than you is a lunatic. Anyone who goes too slow is an idiot. That's pretty much it. I mean, really. Or my favorite though would be if we were able to work out some sort of system where we could have people that are drivers able to lean out the window of your vehicle, kind of like the little rubber dart guns that you had as a kid. Well, I did. Anyone under 35 probably doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. A little rubber stamp on the end of a plastic gun. So you see something ridiculous, you could lean out your window, shoot it at the other car, boom, it would stamp the car. And then, if this person's as much of an idiot as you think they are, after about, I don't know, a month or two, they've had so many idiotic moves that they get like 10. I think the law enforcement would have to be part of this as well, but they could get involved, and our good men and women in law enforcement could drive along beside you, and if you have 10 of these stamps on your car, well, then they're just allowed to pull you over. The lights are flashing, they pull up, and you're like, well, what's the problem, officer? Well, it looks to me, sir, that you've got 10 rubber stamps on your car, so I'm afraid I'm pulling you over because you're an idiot. Everyone else says so, so it must be true. That would be cool as far as I'm concerned because you see stuff during driving and you just want to take action, but you don't want to be a complete raving lunatic. So I don't know. It just seems good. The other thing too, not just drivers, people, especially in my town, anyways. I don't know about your town, but try and use a crosswalk or somewhere where there's a light. What drives me up the yin yang tree is when people, even in the town I live in, there's one section where there's a crosswalk on this road, and then there's another crosswalk like 20 feet later. And yet I've got people walking in between those two crosswalks. Come on, man. Are you that lazy? I don't care who you are, an old woman, a small child, a couple of dogs. I'm not stopping. If you don't make the effort to go over to the crosswalk when there's two of them and you got to cross between them, forget it. I just keep driving. Also, I think just completely changing subjects because that's what I do. Uh, it's funny. I am a bit older and I am on YouTube, so I guess that is technology technically. But what is driving me nuts these days, I don't know, I can't speak English, but what's driving me nuts these days is people, and by people I mean young individuals with screens all over the place who have to look at this, have to look at that. Look, pay attention to the rest of the world. You're driving in a car, you're in the back seat, look out the damn window. It's the world. Take a look. You get your cell phones and your iPod touches and your iPhones. Nobody is looking up anymore. Everyone's walking along like this, trying to bump into each other. Remember, and oh, I'm talking to friends. Remember when talking to friends meant you were actually getting together with them in the flesh? Yeah, well, I don't know. Nobody seems to be able to be alone anymore. You know what I mean? Like, hey, back in the day, I'd take a book and I'd sit on a chair or a hammock and I'd just be alone. But not anymore. No, no, no. I have to tell people what I'm doing every 13 seconds. Hey, I'm breathing. What about you? Oh, I'm scratching my nose. What about you? Oh, I don't know. I'm gulping for air. I'm scratching my head. oh, hey, that's great. Talk to you later. LOL. Just, God, just, we don't need to know what you're doing every 40 seconds. And they'll say that this generation has this great ability to multitask. No, no, because I've been in a room with people that are looking at a computer, playing with an iPod, trying to watch a movie behind them, and it's like, look, just focus on one thing. Because I don't care what they say about, oh, multitasking. You don't get the good focus from these individuals on any one of these situations. Look, it's not my fault you have the attention span of an autistic flea. Just try and focus on one thing at a time. That would be nice. That's all I'm asking. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to wrap it up. It's a shorter one today. I'm just not that ticked off these days. If I can be serious for a moment, I would like to say this, though. In my opinion, cancer sucks. And I hope that's a lot of everyone else's opinion. There are people out there that have fought the disease, are raising money against the disease. And the angry bald guy says, cancer sucks. Because right now my father-in-law is fighting it and he's losing that fight. So I know there are people out there everywhere, all over the planet, all over the country, wherever. If you want to go out and ride a bike or run across the country, to do whatever you got to do. But if I can live half the life that my father-in-law has lived, then I'll consider myself a success. I mean, how cool is it when you've got an individual who's literally running out of time, and I carried him out to a wheelchair outside not that long ago. And maybe cancer's winning, but this guy sits down and has a Guinness. That is cool as far as I'm concerned. So the angry bald guy says this to my father-in-law. Here's to you, Brian. Thanks for everything. We'll see you next time.